Hey guys, welcome back to the Alleged Podcast. It's 49th episode of this show.
Woo!
One away from 50.
Yep. Do we ever mention what's going to be special about the 50th?
I don't think there's going to be anything special about the 50th.
Well, no. I mean,
Zach will be early.
Yeah, I'll be early.
Yeah, he'll be here before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like 45. I was like, I'm going to leave now. And then, like, my grandmother was parked behind my car. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew I was going to interact with it.
Yep.
So.
Well, I was sitting here. We were both sitting here. I'm like, it's kind of surprising because what time did we get here? We probably got here around 45. And I'm like, okay, he hasn't texted me yet. I'm like, he could be on his way. And then we sat up here and it was like 5:02. I'm like, wow, he hasn't said anything yet. It's kind of strange. I'm like, so he is either on his way or he is
getting in the car.
Yeah, he's just now either getting out of bed or just getting in the car. And when we finally walked in here like 3 minutes after 10, I got the text. I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Although there was some black lady in here, and she was like, oh, yeah, I have this room till 11.
Yeah, she tried to tell me she had this room till 11. I'm like, no. I don't think you're playing me like that. Because if you had this room at all, you'd know that you get a text telling you when you have this room.
Yeah.
Mine clearly said 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
She is probably the wrong day. She probably had it for yesterday. She fucked up.
Whatever. I don't care. She
I
got
like
it.
that one, and it's like 600 and something. So it's still within our budget, but we could totally turn that other room into like a little office.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but it's official. We're going to Arizona. And now we just need to figure out how we're going to live out there.
Yeah.
Well, the last podcast at the end that you said that you got accepted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a
Well, he wanted to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I told her all about that. I'm like, I wanted to tell you, but you walked away from me.
I said if you had just been like, babe, we're going to Arizona, I would have been like, oh my God, we're going to Arizona.
That's not how I wanted to do it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I like this one. Never mind. It's a little tight.
Yeah, no.
$6.94.
So, do you have anything in mind for episode 50?
Well, I think we were talking about it. I don't think we ever brought it up, but it's going to be our first video podcast. And then I do have some games that I made. I didn't tell you about them.
Okay.
I am going to change one of them just to make it more, not modern, but like I made it like 2 months ago. So I'll probably change that one a little bit.
And did you plan on this Did you plan this game for a prior episode, and you're just
wait. Wait. Time out. Does that mean this next episode is going to be longer?
No.
No.
Hell no.
No. But we are going to have a guest on, maybe two. I don't know. Probably just one. We're going to have a guest for sure, yeah.
I think even if we book 5 different people are going to say nah.
No at the last minute.
No, we do have one person coming on, I think.
Because we can have 2 lined up, and they'll both say, nah, we're not going to do it today.
Well, I don't know. Anyways, it'll be a special
They're going to be disappointed because we're going big. I don't know if you noticed, but well, I know you noticed Facebook because you're on Facebook 23 hours a day, 59 minutes a week.
Yeah.
So, I said that wrong. I said 29 hours or 23 hours a day, 59 minutes a week. 59 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So this past week we reached 100 likes and followers on our Facebook page.
It's 104 now.
104. Yes. Okay. I was just stating that we reached 100 entirely. And our one post about the school shooter.
About 8,850 people.
Yeah. It's up there. And I don't know if you noticed this morning. I know you didn't because you don't rarely look. That episode on SoundCloud has 306 plays.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
it's
that.
Finally paying out.
22 likes, and we still only have 10 followers, though, on SoundCloud. So.
Well, you see, the thing is, I think most, like, big YouTubers have talked about this, like, obviously we're not going viral, but, like, if you have one big thing that usually doesn't transfer over, it's usually like most people that actually have like a bunch of followers or subscribers are people that have been making stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
And we've only really, have we even been doing this? We've been doing this for a year, I guess. So only like a little over a year. And like we don't really have a huge following, but like I think we made enough episodes now to where at least we can say we're in the right path.
Yeah.
So
no,
I don't know.
We definitely. I don't know. I'm
just happy that people listen to us. It's fine.
Yeah, but I think we really need to, because we have it on YouTube and we have it on SoundCloud, and SoundCloud connects to iTunes, so it puts it on iTunes. But I think we really should start putting it on Google Play.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because that's a whole market of Android people and everybody else that possibly doesn't, if they don't have SoundCloud, then they really don't. And they don't listen to us on YouTube. I mean,
if you think about it, you listen to your, what's his name?
Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, on whatever. And then I also listen to him with you on my Google Play.
Right. And, like, that's another thing. I mean, people could totally download a third-party app and, like, get our podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because most third-party apps doesn't, like, you don't have to have Google Play or iTunes to listen to us. You can download, I use one app that's not either of those to listen to most of my podcasts. So, I mean, we don't necessarily have to, but,
it'd be more convenient.
It'd be more convenient for people, yeah. Although it'd be less convenient for us because that's just one more fucking upload that we have to do.
Hopefully, when we get out in Arizona, we've got better internet connection.
Well, yeah. I doubt it.
I do too.
Because that would cost more. I think we're just going to have some basic internet.
No. I don't think you understand just how much internet.
How much do you pay for your internet?
$80 a month.
I'm not paying $80 a month for internet.
And that's not even the highest. That's not even the highest premium for Xfinity. I think like the highest one is like $150.
Well, I don't think we're gonna do Xfinity anyways. They suck.
They do.
Their fucking service sucks, but they've probably got the best internet.
Yeah, but their service sucks and they're too expensive. So
yeah,
my phone dinged.
Those two don't go hand in hand very well with most people.
Yeah, but if we, I'm sure we're gonna probably figure out a way to continue on the podcast when you guys are there. If you ever would want to, you could always just send it to me, and I could just do it on my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well,
are we really gonna be sending from across state?
No, but I feel like sending something might not be
it's
as
just
bad
an
as
email
uploading.
away.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I feel like that would be probably a solution.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
The only thing is, though, is that my brother is a cheap fuck. And I know this is the last year of college, so if he doesn't cough up shit, I'm going to try to figure out a way to make that Wi-Fi mine, and he can have his own garbage.
You're paying for it, you said, right?
Yeah, and everybody uses it. Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, though, it's for my house,
Yeah.
But you can have separate routers. Thing is, though, that's more money.
Yeah.
So I would then have to also pay an additional fee, I think, if we get another one. Mm-hmm. And I don't really want to do that, but in all honesty, I don't think my brother deserves 114 megabytes per second that I'm fucking paying for, that he's not paying dick for. Dick. Yeah.
Dick.
But yeah, I don't know.
You should just buy the house and then kick everybody out, and then you have no problems at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like the more and more, because we're going to be moving in about a month and a half. I'm honestly kind of excited about it. I am going to miss the house that I've been living in for like the past fucking decade, but I think it'll be kind of cool.
Life moves on. You're young.
Yeah. I think it'll be kind of cool, though, for like living there. It's just the only thing is that my aunt and uncle's house have like thinner walls, and I just know they're gonna be bitching in the morning.
I think I like that house more or less for like someone like me and her, where it's like us and then like a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
Or a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
Not like an entire parade of family.
Well, it's only gonna be my grandparents and then my brother and I. My brother's planning on moving out.
Yeah, but you already can't stand him playing his computer from a different level. Now
I know.
Be on the
if
same
we
level.
go over there and it's a fucking problem, I'm telling him he's gonna put headphones on. I don't give a fuck.
Now you're on the same level and thinner walls. You can kill him.
No, I will kill him.
You're gonna kill him.
And we got a big ass backyard. I could bury his body back there somewhere.
Well, don't even do it in your backyard. Do it behind
Oh yeah,
on the other side of
in
the
that
fence.
behind section. Yeah.
That would.
That Criminal Mind episode
What
when
one?
they found like 4 bodies
Oh yeah.
because
It's
of
gotta
that
be-
racist guy.
It's gotta be the worst fucking idea to bury someone in your backyard. 'Cause it's like, well, we know you did it now. You fucking retard.
Well, not. I mean, yeah. Initially, you're like, okay, they probably did it, but then you got to look into see how long they've been there. If they've only been there like 5 years and this body's been buried for like 10, maybe not.
Yeah, but
Then you're on another path.
But if it's been there for like 5 minutes, they've lived there for 5 minutes.
Buried it, and now they got them, just like
That's
that.
the first thing they did when they moved in. It's like, I guess I gotta bury my bodies now.
What if there was a serial killer that like he
took his bodies around with him wherever he moved?
Yeah. What if he
There's
had to
probably
do that?
someone like that.
That'd be crazy.
I mean,
Next Criminal Mind episode.
That'd be crazy.
I guarantee if there is someone like that, he's just probably just carrying around the bones, because you can't be taking around a body around, because then it just smells like shit.
Of course you can't take a body around, because depending how old it is, it decomposes.
Yeah.
So of course you're taking a bag of bones or whatever.
Yeah. That guy is there. Oh, there he goes.
Which one?
No, the guy that
Look,
we gave
she's
her a card
dancing in
to.
front of you.
Wow.
That's terrible.
I'm keeping it. I'm gonna post it.
So, did you watch? I know you didn't watch the Oscars at all this week.
Nah, fucking no.
No, I don't watch any award shows either. You don't watch any award shows.
No,
Babe.
no, I don't.
No, they're overrated. They're
Yeah.
really, they don't I mean, they
Ooh,
mean
she dancing
stuff,
on
but
your
they really
laptop
don't
now?
mean anything anymore.
You
to
know,
most people, they're just I'm gonna, they're just like, most people watch them to watch the red carpet and see what people are wearing and not what people are winning, really. I mean,
she's shaking her butt.
I don't really care about movies in general, but I definitely don't care if people are winning Best Actress, or like if somebody that I like doesn't win Best Actor. I'm not gonna freak out over it.
yeah.
I don't think people really care about that anymore.
You know what I found out yesterday?
What?
I was watching Nicolas Cage clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's this one movie that's just really bad, and it's like so bad that like nobody even wants to like talk about it, because like you can like see like the set basically and stuff like that, and like certain angles of the shot. It's just a really bad movie. But there's like this one part where he's like getting bitched at by this black guy in like a bar or something in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just gets really angry, and then he just goes, fuck! Like, he does a long fuck. And there's a guy in the background with a t-shirt that says fuck on it, and then he just, like, beats the shit out of this guy. I mean, it's, like, it's so fucking bad. But anyways, he made another movie, bless you,
Thank you.
in Las Vegas, and it's called Leaving Las Vegas, and he actually won Best Actor for it in, I think, like, 1998. And
for that shitty movie.
No. He made another movie
Oh.
called Leaving Las Vegas, and that was a good movie. It's a depressing fucking movie. I wouldn't watch it ever again, but it's a good movie. But he won Best Actor for that, and I think me and you were talking the other day about it, or I think it was me and you. And it's just weird how Nicolas fucking Cage won Best Actor for a movie, and Leo won one like 10 years later. Not even, like, almost 2 decades later.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
Nicolas Cage is not a good fucking actor.
yeah, but he's probably been in. I mean, I guess they've both been in their fair share of relevant films.
Yeah.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio kind of takes on the same type of character, while Nicolas Cage takes on different types of characters. And
I
think
feel like that's the other way around, honestly.
the movies that I've seen, Leonardo DiCaprio's always been like a serious type of character, and Nicolas Cage is kind of expanded into serious / stupid / goofy.
But he's always playing himself.
What do you mean by that?
He's never been like not himself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but that's just how you see the person. That's not how you see the character.
But no, what I'm saying is, though, it just doesn't seem like he's ever acting like a different character. He's almost not like he's reading the lines. He's just like I'm Nicolas Cage, and now I'm doing this. Like,
I think that's almost better because it's more natural.
What?
Why?
What the fuck?
I know. I don't think Humna knows who that person is. They're probably like, "Can we please have this room? Are you guys gonna finish soon?" I had that the other day when I was waiting for you to come into that room over there.
Yeah.
This guy or this girl. I just walked in, and this girl saw me like setting. Like I was still standing up, so this girl must thought, "Oh, he's probably leaving." And she walked in. She's like, "Are you leaving?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
I just walked in."
Yeah.
Like if I'm leaving, wait for me to leave, okay?
Yeah.
Damn. I
What was that about?
She actually wanted to know how the microphones are set up to the laptop. And
Yeah.
Because I guess Moraine has equipment like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we've got a separate piece that connects to the laptop.
Yeah, we have a.
And I was
A
like,
mixer.
I don't
A
know
mixer,
exactly
yeah.
what it's called. She's like, do you know how to set up the other one? I was like, no, they're the ones that do all the equipment stuff. It's just weird because she's like, come here.
Well,
I'm like, I don't know who that is, and I don't think she knows who that
I
is.
didn't know.
I didn't know what the fuck it was about. I had no idea. I was
Yeah.
like, why is she calling you? I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I'm like, who's walking in here right now? Come on. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think
Wait,
having.
did you guys really stop talking when I walked out?
No, we were talking about something else.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think having a guy who can just take on any character so naturally is better than somebody who.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Leonardo DiCaprio always plays like those intense roles.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, they're not that intense because he's not winning nothing.
See, I don't know nothing about that. That's not. But if you think about, I've seen his movie. Have you ever seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp? Like he plays such a good role in that movie. I know you don't know it, but
He's like when you get.
Well, you watched
hold
him.
on. This is sports talk. It's like when you get a really good player, but he's not Hall of Fame worthy. That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't think so.
I think so either.
Well, here.
I think it speaks for itself. Kobe Bryant is a Hall of Fame player, and he's already got an Oscar. Leonardo DiCaprio has made like 20,000 films, and he's got one Oscar.
But the Oscars are probably bullshit. I mean, if you're just gonna base somebody's life career off getting some fucking reward, that's bullshit.
What does he make films for? He makes it for entertainment, and he makes it to win awards. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
and money.
he's not winning.
And money.
Okay, but he's got enough money where money's probably not even a factor in it anymore.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Nicolas Cage is actually broke.
I think
he's
that's
still
true.
winning.
But he's
One
broke.
time in the 90s. What was the last good film he fucking made? The only movie I ever really liked him in, I guarantee neither one of you saw it. It's called Raising Arizona. It's a Coen Brothers film. It's a fucking great movie. It's like him, and he was like a convict, and he meets his wife because she's a cop, so she's like taking his pictures, and she's infertile, so they steal this fucking baby from a wealthy family that has like 8 kids, and it's a crazy fucking movie. It's great though. I love that fucking movie.
I think the only movie of Nicolas Cage that I really, really enjoy is
Wicker Man.
Actually, no, it's 2. It's The National Treasure, and then it's that other one where he's that convict, and they're on the plane. I can't remember the name.
Oh, Con Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
That's not that bad. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I've never watched any of those films.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Con Air.
Although, did you see that movie on Netflix? The one where Nicolas Cage, it's Next. I don't know. It's on Netflix.
No.
It's really stupid. Like
No.
he's some sort of psychic,
No, I didn't see it.
and I was like, okay.
Oh, did you ever see Vampire's Kiss? That's another wacky fucking movie. Holy shit. No, he's just a fucking psycho in that movie, and he talks like he talks like his version of like a rich person. Like, I don't know, just the way he like puts an accent on certain words. It's like you want to punch him. But yeah. Did you ever see that meme though, where it's like he's running in the street, he's like, I'm a vampire, I'm a vampire, I'm a vampire, he like says it over and over. No? Oh man. No, that's from that movie. But yeah.
No. No. No, I don't.
Oh, good fucking news came yesterday. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, but did you hear the news about The Sopranos?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they're gonna make a prequel movie. And it's written by the original people, so I'm pretty stoked about that. The only thing is, though, they did mention is that they're not going super far back. Tony Soprano is going to be in it. But James Gandolfini is fucking dead, so I don't know what they're going to do.
They just got to put him on, like, puppet strings.
like fucking Weekend at Bernie's.
No, I mean, you like the worst. You missed the greatest thing ever.
What? What was that?
You got some really heavy feet. You sound like an elephant. Like
your best friend just ran by.
That fucking blue jacket kid, he ran? Oh,
he was running.
When he comes by, I'll tell him to do it again. I'll be like, do it again.
I can't believe you missed that.
I can't believe I did either. That's kind of sad.
Watch him just casually walk by.
I thought it was him.
No. No, I was gonna say. I mean, you like the worst movies in the world.
I love the best fucking movies.
No, I mean, what's the movie called? That what are they doing? What's the thing that they're making that you just mentioned?
Sopranos.
Yeah. See, it's not even that important for me to remember.
No, you.
See, the thing is, you've never watched The Sopranos. You don't know if it's good or not.
But what is it about?
I feel like Sopranos.
I know.
Is it like a mob?
You
movie?
like the Hateful Eight. That's all I need to know
Okay,
about
but
things
that's
that
a
you like.
difference. That's a
Hateful
difference
Eight
of what we
was
like.
Not bad
That's
at
all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
You see, the thing is with that movie is I thought it's not my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. It's probably on the bottom, but.
Did you just see that?
What?
No, neither of you just saw that.
What?
No.
The guy that walked past. Okay, I guess I caught his eye at that last second because he's like, yeah.
What? I didn't see nothing.
For what though?
I don't know, because I was looking over because I'm spinning, and then he just looks back at me, and I just look at him, and he's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, no.
No.
Yikes.
No.
He's probably the school shooter.
Probably is.
What happened with that guy?
Nobody knows.
Like we know. They probably took him.
The last thing they said was that he was being questioned.
They probably took
the
him to the
people-
FBI, and the FBI got rid of him. I don't know.
Probably. Who
Another
knows?
JFK.
It's like, hey, where's Jeff? He was in my English class the other day. Now he's gone.
Yeah.
He was a weird fucking kid, but I don't know where he's at now. And that lady's just talking to herself. Okay.
She confuses me because half the time.
It kills me when people do that.
That's Penny Picker's friend.
Yeah, I know.
No, that kid goes around to all the vending machines and checks for change.
Oh, that's the kid.
Yeah.
No, what Penny Picker does though is he
walks around the fucking gym locker room and looks for pennies.
Yeah, he looks when he's up there, he looks under the treadmills too. I know.
It's
Desperate
insane.
times, I guess.
I mean, I get it. It's kind of I thought it was kind of smart to look in the vending machines for change, but like don't make it like a daily habit.
You know, that reminds
odd.
me when we used to go do laundry, Amina and Rafia would argue if one of them found change on the ground. And it got to the point where mom was like, don't even touch it. Ain't nobody picking it up. Nobody getting it. And it was like they would be arguing over 10 cents, a penny, like.
Yeah, but like when you're a kid, you're taught like, oh, that's lucky if you find change. And so it's a big deal.
Yeah, and not even that. It's like you hear people say, well, every penny counts, or like that could be the difference, or yeah, the lucky thing. So, and then people fight over it, and it's like nobody gets it.
Okay, let me tell you the next part of the story.
When?
They'd find this money while we were going to the Dollar Tree to get stuff. So they would be spending that lucky penny they just found.
That's stupid.
Yeah, we have issues.
But the reason I brought up the Oscars is mostly because of what we were talking about earlier about the inclusion rider clause that you're.
That thing you were telling me about?
Oh,
yeah.
About that lady who don't know shit until a week ago?
Yeah. So if you don't know, this wannabe actress named Frances
McDormand.
McStupid.
I actually like her as an actress, but yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid what she was talking
chose to use, and that's another thing, these award shows aren't relevant to me because the whole audience is filled with a bunch of libtards. They start, instead of thanking everybody, they use their 5-second speech to say, oh, we should love each other and hug each other and hold each other's hands and start campfires and hold each other more.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, kumbaya. So, I mean, I don't want to hear that. Like, we all know this world is screwed up. We don't need to stand out there and talk about how we should hug each other when clearly that's just not working. How long have we been standing here and using a platform to say we should love each other and we should all be friends and we shouldn't hate each other? We still hate each other, if not more. Okay, so if anything, that's doing it worse. So she decided to use her time of speech to tell the audience about something that she learned just a week prior to her time of winning. She decided to tell or to promote this thing called an inclusion rider clause, that A-list actors should use their levying for contracts and include this clause so that staff in a production or actors, I think she's crying. That's awkward. That staff should...
He was crying too, that's why he's doing that.
Yeah. That staff should be made up of more diversity. Yeah. And that goes all the way back to hiring based on diversity.
Which
and
we all know you disagree with.
And this is even worse, because a company hiring based on diversity, you don't have to meet any standard. You know, that's a personal choice. But if this is a part of a contract, this takes it to a whole nother level, because that means that means that the producers are forced to do this. They're forced to hire based on diversity. They're forced to level out numbers, because in a New York Times article that I read this in, what?
45.
Oh.
Jingle jangle.
I forgot that you had a
jingle jingle
at 11.
And I'll go right.
There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Because in a New York Times article that I read, they gave an example of what this could possibly require, and one of the scenarios that was brought up was that a staff would have to be made up of at least 50% females, 40% underrepresented ethnic groups, 20% people with disabilities, and 5% LGBTQ representatives.
And what's the point?
What's the point is, according to her, to ensure that the world on screen looks like the world we live in.
Actually,
it depends. It depends on where you're at.
Exactly.
Like, if you go down to fucking Tennessee, you're not going to be I mean, they fry fucking retards down there. You know? Are you shitting me? Like, there's no way to let those fuckers run around the streets nilly-dilly. Like, you know what I'm talking about? And
you know, it's comments like that. Why?
Obviously, I'm joking.
Why?
You know what I mean?
Why the photographer decided not to follow up with us. And why this guy over here that taught us about the podcast will probably throw away our business card.
Yes, he will.
It's just the little things.
Oh, there's a girl who... Look, she found someone.
No, don't get her attention. We don't want her.
Yeah, that guy was looking in here with her, like, while we were laughing. Like, what the fuck?
All right, I'm going to leave, guys.
All right,
bye, Mom.
Bye.
Bye, kid. How come you... No. See, it's weird, because every time you come into work... and I'm leaving, I'll be like, bye, kid. And you're just like, bye. You don't like saying mom in front of Bob?
Well, because when you say kid, it's normal. But, like, when I call you mom, that's just kind of weird. Because they don't know that. They don't know they don't know the context of it, though.
Yeah, but don't you think it would be funnier?
I mean, I guess. I'll do it. Wait, well, you are working it. I'll do it today.
Okay.
I'll do it today.
I don't know, because I always feel weird, because I'll be like, bye, kid. And then you're like, bye. And everyone is like, bye. And I feel like they're like, why the hell did you call him a kid?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they understand the kid part.
Yeah, see, because, like, you could call people kid is what I'm trying to say. Like, that's kind of like a normal thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll leave for sure.
I will do it today, though, if you do it. I'll do it today.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, really quick, though. Were you at all scared yesterday when I was ran to the car? No.
It takes a lot to make me freak out like that. Mainly him judging my driving skills gets me freaked out. Okay,
bye. Love you too.
Bye. Bye, Ma. All right.
Back to the retards.
God. We're going to burn in hell.
Yeah. Well, no, you're going to burn in hell.
You just said retards.
It's a word.
You still said it. We're not allowed
I didn't say that.
We're not allowed to say the R word.
I didn't say the I'm not the one who said that Tennesseans burn them because they can't have them running around nilly-dilly.
I shouldn't say Tennessee. I think it was like Texas. Like back in the day, they would electrify fucking retarded people.
Now, was that out of like trying to fix them, or was that just trying to get rid of them?
The electric chair.
Oh, okay.
You're dead.
Okay, I get it.
Like I'm surprised you don't know about that. I learned about that.
No, I don't. I don't really look up on that stuff.
I learned about that in middle school.
Yeah, no. I think that's just no.
Anyways, yeah, that's what I meant by that. I didn't mean like they're just killing them.
No, but like it also depends. You were saying, what were you saying? You said it. I don't remember what you said.
I'm just what I was saying is that you can't just say every single place looks like that,
right?
Because it's not everywhere is not as diverse as that, and you're gonna ruin fucking movies by doing that.
Not only that, movies are made
to depict a world that they're making up.
Exactly, and
it's not real.
It depends on the storyline. If you're making something about the West, like a Western movie,
yeah,
you're not going to have people in wheelchairs or people, maybe you have a guy on crutches but like you're not going to hire somebody who's actually on crutches. You're going to hire somebody who can play the part of being on crutches, There's not an this also includes production staff, but the fact of the matter is, most of the people you put on movies are not going to be a part of these groups. I mean, they might, but because the movies are meant to depict a certain world and a certain story, you can't ask producers to change it just because you want diversity in the real world. I mean,
and I was gonna say too, like, say you made a movie in like the 1950s, like being openly gay was not cool in a lot of America, like not even just the South, like almost all of America. It was not cool. And what are they gonna say? Well, then do a fucking gay storyline. Then just add a little fucking where it's like fuck, And I'm like,
it's a mob movie, but everybody's gay.
God.
That just it doesn't. You can't. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
And also, if you said, okay, we'll put him in the production staff. Well, we're gonna have to make extra positions because for every man, it's basically based on the number of men in the production because obviously it didn't say, well, you have to have at least 25% being straight male. There was nothing about being male. The only thing that included male was if he had a disability, he was in an underrepresented ethnic group, or if he was gay of some sort. Straight white men they don't matter in this clause.
Well, it's all because of privilege. People are still basing everything right now off of privilege.
Exactly. So for every man you hire on this production, you're going to have to hire one of these, depending on the numbers. So basically, for every man you hire, if you're going off the numbers that I stated earlier, you're definitely going to have to hire one more woman.
Yeah.
And that means that it's a numbers game. It's going to become a numbers game for these producers. It's not even going to be filling out the production staff with the best of the best. It's going to be like, oh, well, we could hire him, but that would mean we'd have to hire another woman, so we could just hire this woman so we don't have to hire this extra man. It would be like, well, we have to hire this woman because if we don't, we're going to get penalized. So we know you're the best, but we have to hire this girl just out of college because, we'd have to pay extra money for you and for her or for both of you. That's the thing. You're going to have to create more positions, more BS positions. Like, you're going to have an assistant to the assistant to the assistant's makeup artist.
Yeah.
Just because you need an extra woman or another person who has a disability in order to make the numbers flow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you'll be penalized. And honestly, if you're fined just because you don't have an extra person, I think producers are going to go that route anyways. They're not going to be intimidated by these numbers because they're not going to worry about producing a movie.
They'll probably even be like, okay, well, this movie we're going to spend probably like roughly like $500 million. If they fine us, it'll probably be like $500,000.
Exactly, and
whatever.
that's not gonna hitch a lot.
They probably know, so like ahead of time they'll just add that on to their production costs.
We'll try to put $1 million away just in case.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem that I had after I learned about what Frances McStupid was saying on the stage was she learned about it a week prior.
Yeah.
And the example that I gave you when I first heard about this story was that when we worked for our maintenance job, and I really wanted to keep that job, but it was a day job and I was about to go to school.
Yeah.
So it was obviously a conflict of interest in schedules. I was referred that, well, maybe I should take night classes and keep the job during the day.
Yeah.
I was really excited about that at first. I was like, great, I get to keep this job. It's a good schedule. It's good money. I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and I get to go to school still.
Yeah.
It was a great idea at first, but then I gave it some time, and I realized it wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's exactly what's happening here. She heard this idea. It sounds amazing on the outside, but she's not thinking about the implications it's going to put on everybody else. She's not thinking, and it's unrealistic to say, well, the reason why this should happen is because the world is diverse, so the movie should be diverse. It's not realistic. Movies are fictional. They're fantasy. They're of a story that somebody created. They're not like, well, I'm going to create a movie that's that depicts the real world. If that was the case, all the movies would be the same.
Yeah.
And I mean, just in basic terms, it's kind of a separate thing what I'm about to say, but everybody says, why can't we just love each other and be happy with each other and not fight with each other? If everybody agreed with each other, there'd be no innovation. There'd be no progression. There'd be no progressiveness. We'd be way behind if everybody liked each other. You know, if there wasn't somebody to say, well, wait, I agree with you, but maybe this is better, there'd be no innovation. If everybody came up with an idea and everybody said, yeah, that's a great idea, let's do that.
Yeah.
And nobody said, well, what if there's something better? You know, we'd be stuck in one place. There'd probably be like half of what we have in this world now. There needs to be at least two sides to everything, I think. Because if there's not two sides to everything, there's no like changing your mind. There's no like advancing your thoughts or advancing your knowledge or advancing your brilliance or, you know, changing your perspective. Perspective is everything. And if somebody thinks the wrong way about something, a great thing is when you can change their perspective.
Yeah.
And that's a win, because there are still people out here who think women should stay at home and cook and clean and take care of kids. Obviously, women have a disadvantage. I don't disagree with that. Obviously, disabled people have a disadvantage. Or minorities have a disadvantage. I don't disagree with any of that. But it shouldn't be up to people who have gotten to a certain level to make up for it for them. Like, we're not, yes, straight white men dominate many, many fields of work, but it's not impossible to get a minority or a gay person or a disabled person in those fields too. And I think it shouldn't be looked upon the higher up to give them a free pass, you know. Yeah, we should open up a little, but you know, if you want that position, you can be good enough to get it, you know. Shouldn't be up to us to help you out.
Yeah. And I honestly, I feel like if she directed something doing that, and I just feel like she'd understand right away like why that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Like if she wrote something and then she realized, well, wait, now I got to do this, and then now I got to do that, and it's like there's more pre-production shit, and then you got to change it probably while you're doing the production. You probably have a problem. I mean, what if, say you have people that leave, like people leave fucking movie productions all the time. They're like, I'm done with this, and their contracts are fucking just ripped up. Yeah. It's like, fuck you. You know, it's like, well, what if you have fucking LGBT leave, and now you got to get another fucking guy and it's gay? So, but that's the problem.
Right, you can't have a production of a movie that's based on making the movie, and then because this isn't just a little thing that says, well, let's just hire a few more underrepresented groups. No, this is a whole ordeal, because if you don't meet those standards, you might get screwed.
Yeah.
Like, that money that you need to put into something else might have to go to these fines because you didn't pan out your numbers. You can't have this type of thing because it takes up too much time and it creates less of the movie. It really does.
Yeah. And it's funny too because she's married to one of the Coen brothers, and most of their movies are like all white, like all white people, like basically.
Well, she only learned about it 2 weeks ago, so I mean, what does she know?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, her reaction was like, "Oh, that's a thing? I can actually get in front of people, a bunch of other libtards on national television, and say this." It's terrible.
It is terrible. I don't know. It's not smart.
I've always been against hiring by diversity. If you're good enough for the job, you're good enough for the job. I'm not gonna hire. I mean, the only time if a company is not hiring enough minorities and it's not because, or if you think it's because it's racist, then you'll probably be able to figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not something that can really hide itself. If they're hiring people that are not qualified over people who have obvious interest in something and they chose the unqualified person over the qualified minority, it's going to show itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I know it's harder for them, but they can do it. We're in 2018. It's a lot different than it was 10 years ago, even 15 years ago.
And the bottom line is like, I don't think anybody talks about this. I think they're too afraid to admit it, but white people are diverse. We're a part of diversity. We're a kind of person.
Exactly.
And the bottom line is no matter who you hire, there's stupid fucking people in all races, in all fucking I don't care what fucking color you are. You could be the stupidest motherfucker on the planet, and I'm not going to fucking hire you for a job just because you're a different color.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I mean, look, and there's smart people in every fucking race and whatever too.
Exactly.
But still, the bottom line is that this whole idea of diversity, in my opinion, is just a whole, it's like I said, it's based off of privilege, and it just, this is the time of giving the middle finger to the white man.
Yeah.
And that's all this big scheme is.
That's apparently we should love each other, but the white man, if we got to hate him a little, that's fine,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, you can make white jokes all you want. Doesn't matter.
You can make white jokes,
you can say
he's racist, but you know, you calling out racial bias to white people while you're being racist to white people.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways.
No, it's
you
fucking
really
bullshit.
Can't.
Fucking bullshit.
We're supposed to be in a time of progression, and we're supposed to be the most open generation there is, yet we shit on the biggest race there is, the biggest majority, and I get it. We do have a little bit of an upper hand.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I mean, to deny privilege is bullshit, but to base everything in life off of it is bullshit.
Right. And to like Black Panther, for me not to be able to walk into a movie theater and possibly think about getting mugged just because I'm white. Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go shove your Black Panther up your ass. Like, I watched Philip DeFranco show, and he it was like 2 weeks after he made the show because I've been kind of behind. But he brought up a story about a white couple who went to see Black Panther and they got jumped.
Yeah.
And it made me right then want to go see Black Panther. It made me wish there was a time machine to go see Black Panther as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
Because I hope the fuck somebody tries to jump me. I hope somebody tries. Because it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it's bullshit. But, no matter what, people who are listening to us who are of African-American ethnicity, they're just going to tell you don't understand. And that's their only argument.
You're right, I don't. I don't understand what it means to be black. But I do understand.
The thing is, that shouldn't be the biggest argument that they have. That shouldn't be. They should have actual reasons.
Right, I do understand it's 2018. I do understand there are laws that give you rights as well. We are supposed to be equal. And I understand I'm not the one doing it to you. So don't punch me in the face for going to see a movie.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like also, if you're going to see a movie, you're going to support a movie.
Right.
You're paying to go see it. You're adding on to their box office numbers. What you're telling white people to do is to not go see it right away. They're just taking away money from the box office. That's all they're doing.
The people who produced this movie are probably of African American descent.
Ethnicity.
So you're saying don't give up. It's like I could see them making that argument. No, don't give us your white money. We don't want your white people money.
And that's racist.
That's fine. Then we'll keep our money, but we don't want to hear you complaining about how we don't support you.
Yeah.
Or how we don't put enough money into minority projects. Because you're telling us to keep our white people money.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't want to hear it then. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. No, it's just fucked up.
I will never support the idea of diversifying just out of spite.
Yeah.
If I have a company, I'm going to run it with people that know how to move it along.
You're going to run it with the best fucking people you can possibly have. And if some of them happen to be black, some of them happen to be white, some of them have to be Hispanic, Asian, whatever the fuck, so be it. It's just the bottom line is whoever's the best.
If every person that walks up, if I get 50% straight white male and like 50% lesbian women, white women,
yeah,
and all 50% of those women are better than the white male,
yeah,
I'm going to hire all 50 of them.
Yeah.
Or all 50% of them.
Yeah.
Like it, and people who listen to this probably like bullshit,
yeah.
Fine, whatever. Say that.
See, that's the biggest problem too, is like all these fucking liberals, even when they're white, they feel the need that they can speak for black people. Yet white people, individuals, can't even speak for themselves. You automatically know what we're thinking.
Right.
For some reason. You think that your opinion on what comes out of my head is absolutely right.
Right.
Which is bullshit.
And unless...
Not even bullshit, it's horseshit.
And like if we try to speak up for the minority, they tell us to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because we don't understand. How do you want us on your side if we can't... if you don't even let us in?
And the problem is too, they're calling people like us out who are just questioning their fucking reasonings instead of people who are actually fucking racist.
Tell me your experiences. Tell me why you feel suppressed.
Yeah.
Tell me why it needs to change. I know things need to change. You don't tell me they need to change.
Yeah.
Tell me what is going to be better if we change.
Yeah.
Tell me what is going to progress for you if we change.
Yeah. I mean, Joey Diaz, do you know who, I can't think of his name. He's friends with a bunch of rappers and basketball players. He's a ginger.
Carrot Top?
Michael Rappaport. No, Michael Rappaport. Do you know who that is? He was the cop. He was a cop that dated Phoebe on Friends. Yeah. That guy. Well, it's weird because all throughout his career, he was basically friends with the black crowd, friends with all the hip hop guys, dressed black. You know, he was kind of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And if you listen to his podcast, he totally sounds like a white kind of torquey kind of guy, but he's totally got this very, he doesn't even have like a liberal mindset. He just has like a black mindset on things. And I don't know how to explain that. He just doesn't seem like if you wrote down his words on paper, you wouldn't know what color. is what I'm saying. It's very, very non-color in this guy. And he is a ginger, so he has, no color pigment at all. But anyways, he had Joey Diaz on the other day. And Joey Diaz and him were talking about New York and New Jersey back in the heyday. And, nowadays, Times Square is Times Square. Yeah. It's a wonderful fucking place to be. Back in the day, that's where, drugs and guns and fucking hookers, that was the mainstream of that. That was Times Square back in the day. And it was just a super different fucking time back in the day. Now, bear in mind, obviously, the mob basically ran the cities for the majority of the 20th century. I think most of us know that.
Yeah.
But it was still a different time, and these cities worked in different ways. And Joey Diaz would explain how racism was dealt back in that day. I'm going to use some language. I'm sorry if you're offended by it. But Joey Diaz is a Cuban. He's from Cuba. And he was just saying, like, people call him a spick. And he didn't give a shit because he'd be like, oh, well, yeah, fuck you too, you dago, or you fucking dumb Irish prick or something like that, Like it was just like that. Yeah. But then that wasn't even just insults. Like he lived with some people and he'd be like, good night, you fucking spick. And, it would be like that. And then like they would make suggestions like, oh, if you want to get your hair cut, go to the fucking dumb Irish bastard who's going to fucking give you can pay $5 fucking to get a haircut from that motherfucker, that potato eating pile of shit, And racism just worked. It was just a part of their way of living, and they made it work. And in that way, they take away the meanings of those words, and they ultimately just combine them with society. And in my opinion, that would be great. That would be fucking amazing if that was part of society. But at the same time, my hair does get risen when I hear the N-word come out of anybody who is white. Like, if I'm in the area, I'm leaving. I'm not getting associated with that guy. I'm leaving. And so, but in my opinion, I mean, it's kind of hypocritical. But the thing, I can't control that. It's like a reactional thing, and it's just because that's what I grew up with. Like, you don't say that word, not in public. You don't say it. Just don't, So I just think if we can somehow lift off of these and just make them just words at the end of the day, that would be good for society.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
But at the same time, I just don't think that
it's just a bounce around topic, just because of how open we try to be, and yet how suppressive towards the majority the open people try to be, but their message is saying be open, but shut out the white people.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
And I was going to talk
about...
That's
my biggest issue.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Ice Cube, too, when he went on Bill Maher after he made that joke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I mean, even that... I mean, Ice Cube just didn't go into it. He just said that it just hurts when he hears a white man say that word. And, like, I get it. I understand. But the bottom line is, if you just keep putting that meaning on that word instead of like what Joey Diaz was talking about, where it just becomes part of society, which in the end it is. I mean, I know a bunch of white kids that will talk to each other, be like, "What up, N-word?" or whatever, and just like that's it. There's nothing racist about it. It's just they are influenced by the biggest culture right now, which is hip hop culture.
Yeah,
that is the biggest part of the mainstream right now. Hip hop is our rock and roll,
and not just that. I give credit to the African American community because they have themselves made that word into just another, like, hello word.
Yeah, we don't say fucking cracker.
No.
What up, cracker? Like, no, nobody says that. That just sounds fucking stupid.
Because you sound like a redneck or a hick.
Yeah.
If we do that up here in the Midwest. I mean, I don't know if they do it down south. I've never really been down south like that.
I mean, but yeah, I'm not too big on like their terms.
I give them credit for doing that because that's exactly goes into what you are saying and to make it just everyday things, and I think that's great that they could do that. You just get my notification.
Yeah. What the fuck? For a second, I thought he was just like sleeping, standing up, and then like, oh no. Oh god, that guy is a champ.
You got a big stream coming.
Yeah, Tower just sent me a fucking video on Twitter, or added me on Twitter, a video guy pissing in an airport just on the floor. I wasn't really expecting that. I was, I don't know. I thought you would tag me in something that was like involving this topic or something. I thought it was going to be intellectual. And it's just some fucko pissing on the ground. Oh, God.
But I guess we can move on from that topic.
I guess, yeah.
Although the next one that I'm bringing up isn't very much different. It has to just do with women. Yesterday was the International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And conveniently enough, we talked about women's suffrage in history class. She says she didn't plan it. A little part of me that thinks she planned it.
Fucking hate that movie.
Iron-Jawed Angels.
Iron-Jawed Angels. I was telling you yesterday, if you guys have never seen that movie, just watch it. You'll know what I'm fucking talking about. Watched it in 7th grade. I was like, okay, I get it. Watched it again forcefully in 8th grade. 2 different fucking classes.
Now, do you not like it because of what it represents, or do you not like it just because of how it was made?
The leading bitch. The leading fucking... I don't even know what actor that is, and I'm not even... She's probably a gorgeous woman. It's just how she is in that movie and the faces she constantly make. I'm just like, if somebody hit her, I wouldn't even be offended.
Somebody
I'd be
did hit her.
Yeah, and it was fine. I didn't fucking bat an eye, you know? All my credibility for what I said earlier is down the drain now.
The only thing that didn't really the only thing that really never made sense to me is like they got this whole prison filled up with women, yet one of the head security is woman. And
well, I think that was supposed to represent like she is a part of this time and she's fine with it.
Right. I also think it was supposed to represent like, oh, look it. He's all the way over there.
Holy fuck.
He's talking to himself.
I think so, too.
Waving his hands. I'm waiting for him to run up the ramp.
I just feel like when he was running earlier, was it like a Napoleon Dynamite run? Kind of.
What is? I don't know what that is.
Look up Napoleon Dynamite running in the desert. Just look that up. When me and my mom first saw that movie, that fucking killed us. Like, we were fucking dying. Because he's in the middle of the desert. He's got flowers and shit. He's waiting on his uncle to be done with, like, whatever. He was a salesman. And he's got to be at this dance. So he thinks he's just going to run through the desert to the dance. Are you watching it?
I just started it.
You got to find it. Oh, my God. It's literally the funniest fucking... That movie is not funny anymore. I can't watch that movie ever again and have it be funny. But, like, the first time I watched it, it was the funniest fucking movie I think I've ever seen in my life. But what happened to John Hader? He's fucking gone now.
It's the scene where it's this one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was basically like that. I don't know, but okay, so John Hader was on I just hit a video where he was on Conan, but this was
that would have been
in 2012.
Yeah, no, I don't think he the last thing I think I saw him in was that stupid fucking baseball movie, Benchwarmers. You ever see that movie? Yeah, I thought that movie was fucking dumb. The only thing I remember in that movie was Gus Bus. Remember that fucking comeback that they do at the bar? No. That's the only thing I fucking remember in that movie.
He's a handsome looking guy though.
Yeah, he's not bad looking.
He's pretty good. I don't know if he's got a wedding ring on in this video. I don't know if I could marry Napoleon Dynamite. I think that'd be too weird. Too strange.
Yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about
International Women's Day.
And then that movie.
Iron-Jawed Angels.
And then what were you saying? You were saying something before I talked about Napoleon Dynamite.
Did you see how McDonald's...
Oh, the W arch.
The W.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I thought it was
definitely cool. Amazing. Whoever in marketing who thought that for him definitely got a raise.
Yeah, it's a win in the marketing campaign.
Yeah, it's a win.
It's a win. It's a W. It's a W.
It's a win for the women.
The thing that I laughed at, though, is, like, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Are women empowered that McDonald's is representing them?
I don't know.
Like, you see McDonald's is doing this campaign, you're like, I'm going to go buy a McChicken now. I'm going to go buy myself a Big Mac because they're doing this. Their uniforms are also getting the W for like a week's time.
Okay.
And their to-go bags and stuff. And like all their logos basically on everything that they sell is basically changing to W.
That's a great idea.
And that California location where it changed the arch, that's the only location that's doing that.
Okay.
But they're doing it across the uniforms and the hats and the bags and the cups and whatever else for I don't know how long. Because I think March is like Women's Month or whatever.
Yeah, there's no way they were going to do it all across the country. How many fucking McDonald's are there?
That would literally take all month. It would take like all.
Probably take them a whole fucking year. There's probably locations they fucking forgot about. Oh yeah, we have one in the middle of bumfuck Kentucky. Like, you know, like you know, there's probably locations they're like, oh yeah,
and then they have to go to Japan and Tokyo and China and wherever else they have a McDonald's.
Well, you see, the problem with that is like they probably don't spell women with a W, and they're like, what the fuck? Oh my god, this is gonna be the worst episode. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We should call this episode "We're going to the McDonald's in Bumfuck, Kentucky."
I'm sorry for the people that live in Bumfuck, Kentucky. Oh my god.
What if they were like, we're just gonna keep that one location a W forever? Just like I don't know. The thing that got me was like, as a woman, am I very like proud and empowered that of all places McDonald's is paying a tribute to women.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you're saying. It is kind of weird.
Like, whoopee fucking do. I'd rather have a place like Apple or Microsoft or Nike or something. One of these big companies. Not something where most, I shouldn't say most, but like McDonald's is totally nowadays looked at as disgusting, making America fat.
They are changing their shit though. They're using beef now, 100% beef, and their chicken was already changed to 100% chicken. So they are changing, but they're still. I mean, they've lost their mark just because of that movie that came out.
Yeah.
Ever since then, it's like even though they got rid of the supersize after that movie, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No.
And that guy was gonna fucking die.
I'm still gonna eat McDonald's. I'm still gonna eat McDonald's, no matter what.
Dude, there's nothing that fucking beats like a Big Mac and a shake.
I will take. My usual is a Big Mac, a McDouble, some size of fry, and a drink.
Yeah.
Like that's what I used to do every week when we worked for Rick.
Yeah, I know.
And that was a bad idea.
That was totally
just like the. Do you know that Taco Bell closed down?
Oh, it did.
Yeah, that Taco Bell. Yeah.
Ah.
We should buy it and make it Alleged Network headquarters.
The bathroom there, it was fucking disgusting.
It was terrible.
I remember we would try to get the fucking grass stains off our hands, and it was just not happening. There was like no flow to the fucking water at all. Oh god,
it was a staple in our week though.
Yeah, no, that was.
I think I went to a much better Taco Bell, like the one right by your house.
Yeah, that's probably better. I don't know, but yeah, that was fucking good.
Yeah.
Did we eat there the last Thursday we ever worked?
I think so. I don't see why we wouldn't have.
I honestly don't remember. Did we ever work? Did we ever go out to Tivoli and cut when we were here at Moraine? I think we did like one time, right? I feel like we did.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Because that would have been on a Wednesday, because we only worked Monday and Wednesday, right? Yeah,
we only did Mondays and Wednesdays.
I mean, unless
we had a day off or something.
I don't know. I think we did one time and we were just like, fuck.
Probably.
I think they were just trying to get on it early, but like, why would they do that if they had other locations? See, that just doesn't make sense to me.
It could have been one of those days where it was like...
I know. I feel like we totally did right after school. I feel like we totally did.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't that crazy? We were just talking about Taco Bell, and then now we reminisce about our old job.
What went from International Women's Day to our job?
Yeah.
Our old job.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I got all my hatred out for the day.
Yeah.
We're at an hour and 4 minutes.
Really? Wow. That was honestly... I guess we didn't take a break, so I guess that was really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, we got a lot out. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Francis McStupid.